Hi all you lovely learners out there in Learning Land, Tyler from TenThumbsPro.com, and today we're doing day 4 in our 10-day blues challenge, and we're talking the turnaround. Make sure you check the links below for how to enter our contest to win an Ortega ukulele and get your free printable tabs and information for this lesson as well to accelerate your learning. Once you've checked out the description, why don't you go ahead and grab your ukulele, blues, brain, and attention span, and let's break down this turnaround. Go ahead and follow me on in and let's break it down together. Come on in. Okay, so here we are, and we are taking a look at the turnaround. For the beginners, this will be the trickiest tutorial so far, but as always, I'm gonna go super duper slow, and I want you to take it at your pace, piece by piece. Think about it as building a pyramid. You really need to start with the base and then build up. And if you don't have a strong foundation, it's gonna fall down. So we're gonna move nice and slow to build a nice strong foundation. If you are a little more advanced and you have a concept of turnarounds, check out the extra links in the Facebook group as well as the description so you can see turnarounds in other keys and trickier turnarounds as well. So the turnaround specifically is the last 4 measures. Why is that called a turnaround? Well, because it creates tension and then release, which essentially takes our chord progression and turns it back around to where we start. If we were to just strum through it, it would be E7 for 1 measure, 1 bar, just like in day 1, D7 for 1 measure, A7 1 bar, E7 1 bar. So very basic strum, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 boom. Random solo! Okay, so time to time you gotta just do a random solo, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take what we just did there and we're gonna transform it into this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, boom. Probably feels like a lot, but trust me, you can do this. The D7 and the E7 we're gonna strum like normal. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. But when we get to that 1 on the E7, instead of strumming an A7, instead of strumming the A7, we're gonna take our index finger and play the open A string on the first beat. 1. We're then gonna take our middle finger, this one, the one between these two, so there's a family show after all, and we're gonna put it on the 4th fret of the C string. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to use our thumb on the C string and our index finger on the A string. So just get it on there and just get comfortable with this motion. You know, maybe check on your friends. Hey, how's life going? Maybe watch a little bit of Oprah, watch some Dr. Phil while you're plucking around with this so you feel really comfortable with it. Then while you're doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to play the open A on the first beat, 1, and then you're going to play that 4th fret on the C string on the 2nd beat, 2 and. You're going to use your index finger on the off beat, 2 and, to get that sound. You're simply then going to move your middle finger down to the 3rd fret, 1, 2, 3, and repeat that motion, 3 and. 2nd fret, 1, 2, 4 and. 1st fret, 1 and 2. And then on the 2, you're gonna let that ring out. So just to there, really slow, you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3. And when you get to that 3rd beat, we're gonna play the E7. You can put your thumb on the G string and each of these fingers on its individual string and pluck, or you can strum through and let it ring, 3, 4, and then back into the strum. So let's do just the turnaround, nice and slow, and then we're gonna speed it up one time a little more, and then we're gonna zoom out and try to put it in context with the full 12 bar. Now, piece of advice, I used to struggle with this when I was learning them because I struggled to get them into the 12 bar because I tried to fit them into the 12 bar too early. Really focus on getting it standing alone by itself where you feel really, really good with it on its own before you try to put it together in the entire 12 bar. Also, another key note, this is a turnaround in the key of A. So like our day 2, D strumming, for example, you could not use this particular strum pattern or this particular turnaround for the key of D. The turnarounds, like scales, are key specific. What does that mean? It means a turnaround in A should be played on a blues in A. A turnaround in D should be played with the blues in D. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1. And then you'd be right back into the top where you would just start using your own strum pattern, the down up, or Old Faithful, or the finger picking pattern, anything that you're comfortable with up to at that point. Okay, and there you have it, your very, very first turnaround. Take it slow and try to make it nice and smooth and in context, and you're gonna be in a great position moving forward. Let's zoom out and try to put it all together. Again, don't get frustrated if that feels too quick. Just keep on practicing the turnaround in its own isolated context before you really try to move forward and put it together with the 12 bar. Okay, so now that we've done that turnaround up nice and close, nice and tight, we're gonna zoom out and put it in context with the full 12 bar play along. I'm gonna strum through the entire 12 bar and I'm gonna do down, down, up, down, up. The strum pattern from our day 2 challenge, okay? Let's take it nice and slow and we're gonna nail the turnaround at the end and I'm gonna count it and I'm gonna go nice and slow so you can get it, all right? If it's too quick for you, feel free to slow it down even further with the playback option in YouTube. Here we go from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You're doing great. 3, feeling familiar. 4. All right, going to the D7. 1, 2, back to the A7. Starting to feel it, right? A7. We're gonna go E7 and D7, E7, D7, and then open A note. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. All right, and that was your first turnaround. Take it super slow, play it over and over again until you feel comfortable with it, okay? And then I will see you tomorrow for our next blues challenge, all right? Have a lovely day, and I'll catch you tomorrow. TenThumbsPro.com, 10-day blues challenge. You're doing great. Rock and roll.